Spoony Man coming back at you with another episode of How to Get and Keep More Gigs. Thanks for stopping by. In this episode, I'd like to talk about things you can do to continue to play music when mask mandates are in order. Obviously, I'm not going to sing for 3 hours, and it's not even conceivable. I'm not going to do it. The mask inhibits breathing. So, fortunately for me, I'm not one of those push-button backing track acts that are very pervasive in my market, which I hate. I don't consider them entertainment. I consider it very cheesy. And where I grew up, it just doesn't exist. Matter of fact, if you try to do a track act in my hometown over in Texas, well, you'd probably get your nuts cut off in the parking lot by some working musician. Because those backing track acts, if you're just a singer, then you've got a problem. If you got to wear a mask, you got a problem. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it'd be nice to have a backup plan. And my backup plan is learning how to play a fucking instrument. You might want to try it, because now what I get to do without skipping a beat, now that a lot of the restaurants in my market have opened up, and again, I predominantly play at restaurants, what I get to do now is go in and do instrumentals with just guitar. And if you want to see some of those instrumentals, just check out some of my videos. You know what I'll do? I'll leave some links in the comments section of some of the instrumentals that I do. And quite often throughout my career, I have been booked to do instrumental only. Fine dining, country clubs, weddings, general background music. So my advice to you guys who are not working, who are singers that push a button to sing along with the backing track, or in some cases I've actually heard these fucking guys go out and sing along with their iPod to the original song. And they actually get work, and people actually don't seem to mind in my market. It's crazy. Anyway, I have been my area's biggest proponent of 100% live music entertainment. And, you know, there's always a silver lining to every dark cloud. And after all of these years in my market, which is almost 30 years in my market, being the biggest proponent against backing track acts, finally, I'm starting to see the numbers dwindle because they can't push a button and sing with a mask on. I'm getting phone calls now in my market during the pandemic because people want instrumental only, and the backing track acts are really taking a hit. I'm very passionate about keeping my drummer, keeping my bass player, keeping my saxophone player working. And every time one of these jackass backing track acts gets a gig, and every time one of these cheese ball restaurants book a backing track, they don't get it. If you're a fine dining establishment and you're using a backing track act, that sends us a message to your customer. The customers, maybe not all of them, some of them don't care apparently, or it wouldn't be so pervasive in my area, but it sends a message, and that message is, wow, if they're cutting corners on the entertainment, they're probably cutting corners in the kitchen. So people that are food savvy, they understand. They understand food, they understand entertainment. So in reality, you restaurants that are hiring backing track acts, you're doing yourself a a disservice. Unless you're just a cheeseburger joint somewhere and it doesn't really matter. But you upscale venues, you country clubs where it's $500 a plate and you're using a backing track. I'm not trying to tell you how you run your business, but it sucks. So anyway, if you're a singer and you're out of work, you should consider learning how to play an instrument. It doesn't have to be guitar. It can be piano. You can play keyboard. You can play violin. You can play something that's instrumental. Anyway, that's my rant for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mooney Man, coming back at you with another episode of how to get and keep more gigs during a pandemic. Thank you so much.